that material things are not the true source of happiness. You don't need things to be happy. Vibhishana Gita talks about the values in life you need to be happy. In Shivanandam Sunday, P1 will be having a skit on the Vibhishana Gita.
Nobody, not even Rama, can defeat me. I am the Lord of the three worlds. I have a whole arsenal of weapons and an invincible army of warriors at my disposal. I will continue to do what I want and nobody can challenge me. Ha ha ha!
Oh Rama, I'm worried. Ravana has a huge and strong army and dangerous weapons. He also has a magical chariot and you don't. I'm worried, my lord.
My dear Vibhishana, please do not worry. Ravana may have a strong army and great weapons, but real victory cannot be obtained by a chariot and weapons. This is Dharma Yuddha, and in Dharma Yuddha, one must earn victory by using a different kind of chariot and weapons. I will explain these to you now.
Hello, my name is Shriya Palangari, and I will talk about courage. One of the wheels is courage. Courage is the ability to do things without fear. Strength and courage are treated as virtues that we need to develop. This courage only comes when the mind is strong and poised, for only then the mind discovers its true ability. An example of courage is when it's time for a Cherokee Native American boy to pass into manhood. This boy's father takes him into the forest, makes him sit on a stump, blindfolds him, and then leaves him alone for the night. The boy must sit on the stump all night until the morning when he takes the blindfold off. When he finally takes the blindfold off, he sees his father sitting next to him the whole night. How to build courage. These are words by Swami Vivekananda. Our true self, the Atman, is the source of all power. The Atman is birthless and deathless, pure and perfect, free and blissful. Identifying ourselves with the Atman means developing the awareness that I am the Atman, covered by the body and mind, as opposed to our current awareness. I am a human being with a body and mind. When we rise above our physical and mental limitations and get in touch with the spiritual dimension, we are able to develop strength and courage naturally.
Hari Om, I'm Divya Narayan. I will be talking about patience, which is the other wheel. Patience is a level of endurance one can have before negativity. It's the ability to withstand the onslaught of all our inner weaknesses. Someone who's a great hero on the battlefield may still get destroyed by the lust and passion in his own heart. How many of the great generals, warriors, and military men who have earned medals for heroic deeds on the battlefield are able to conquer all the negative forces raised in their mind? Example, Ravana lost the battle not because he was not physically strong, but he was mentally weak and could not fight the battle within successfully. How can I develop patience? These are words by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Acceptance is the answer. Once we accept people around, circumstances around, we will be patient to one and all.
Hari Om. My name is Nidhi Chilukuri, and I will be talking about the flags of the Chariot of Righteousness. The first flag of the Chariot of Righteousness is truthfulness. Truthfulness is giving your word to someone and fulfilling it. You have to be truthful in your thoughts, your speech, and your actions. One simple way to practice being truthful is to speak less, and whatever you say should be the truth. The foremost teaching of Lord Rama was that one should follow the truth. He gave his word to his father, and even when Kaikeyi herself begged Rama to return to the kingdom, he stayed true to his word. The second flag of the chariot is good character. Good character is having good conduct, integrity, and modesty. When someone has done a lot of good in their life, they will continue to do good in spite of themselves, and their good character is said to be established. An example of someone with good character is Lord Rama. Rama didn't believe that Kaikeyi's demand of Ayodhya for her son Bharata was unjust or full of greed. He had good character, unlike Ravana. It isn't good conduct to trick people, nor is there any integrity in kidnapping others. To explain how to establish good character, Swami Vivekananda said, "Give up jealousy and suspicion, and learn to work unitedly for others. Purity, patience, and perseverance overcome all obstacles. Take courage and work patiently for achieving success."
Hari Om. My name is Amog, and I will talk about one of the rains, which is forgiveness. Forgiveness is when you forget or do not feel offended about someone's hurtful actions. The highest stage of forgiveness is when you don't feel offended even when someone has hurt you. For example, Rama forgives Kaikeyi when she realizes her mistake and apologizes to Rama. So you're probably wondering how to practice forgiveness. Well, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, who's the first disciple of Swami Chinmaya says, when we become angry, we stop being compassionate, loving, generous, forgiving, tolerant, and patient altogether. When we are truly patient and tolerant, then the forgiveness comes naturally. So before forgiving others, we have to forgive ourselves for our mistakes.
Hari Om. My name is Srinidhi Satish, and today I will talk about the reins of the chariot. One of the reins of the chariot is compassion. Compassion is a way of showing sympathy for another's loss or suffering. An example of compassion is a boy just lost his dog in a car accident, and he needed to share his feelings to someone. So, he shared his feelings with his best friend. His friend could tell that he was sad, so he went to his house after school to comfort him. How can one execute compassion? To explain compassion, Srikant Bola said, "Compassion is a way of showing someone to live, to give someone an opportunity to thrive and make them rich. Richness does not come from money, it comes from happiness." The second rein is concern for others. Concern for others is caring enough or having the time and energy you need to care enough to empathize with others. This goes hand in hand with compassion because when you show concern for a person, it shows you care about that person. An example of someone who had concern for others is Mahatma Gandhi, who fought peacefully for the freedom of India since he wanted to free the country from British rule. How to build concern for others? Swami Chinmayananda said, one can only appreciate others to the extent that one appreciates oneself. So appreciation is also about self-acceptance. First care for yourself, and then you will understand yourself. Running away from the world will not work. The more you run away from the world, the more you run away from yourself. Attachment is a weakness of the mind, as it is not easily disciplined to withdraw from the enjoyment and related effects arising out of desire, passions, and own inclination.
Hari Om.
The third rein is equanimity. Equanimity of mind means remaining steadfast through the ups and downs of life. Equanimity means we remain balanced, content, and peaceful through the ups and downs of life. The reins represent equanimity of mind because the reins control the horses to stay in line and not go ahead of each other. One example is Swami Chinmayananda would go on with his preaching in his usual cheerful manner and wouldn't get excited if many people attend or feel extremely sad if very few came. How do you achieve equanimity of mind? When there is no distraction or attachment to thoughts, there is equanimity. When the sense of individual identity, or ego, is dissolved, one sees oneself in union with all and everything. Equanimity does not refer to a state of mind, rather it describes our real nature that describes Brahman, which points to absolute reality. Thank you.
Hari Om. My name is Simran Patti Benta. One of the horses of the chariot is discrimination.
Discrimination is when you are able to differentiate from good and bad. One has a certain discriminative knowledge with reference to what one wants. An example of this is when Mahatma Gandhi chose not to fight violently, but to end the chaos peacefully. He fasted to protest, and it represented his belief in peaceful resolution to issues. He made the right decisions, which eventually led to freedom. How to discriminate? In order to distinguish the difference between perception and reality, we must learn to turn our focus inward, concentrate on the details, and develop an ability to detect with senses other than the eyes. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Arshini Venkat. The first weapon of the chariot of righteousness is the quiver and the arrow. A quiver is where an archer keeps his arrows ready, and if the quiver is not tied to his back, he may not take it out at the right time. All his work can go to waste if it is not positioned properly. Similarly, if your mind is not focused and surrendered, you will not be able to do your tasks successfully. One example is when Swami Vivekananda saw a group of boys struggling to shoot their target even once, but Vivekananda was able to shoot it 12 times without prior experience. He said that his teacher didn't teach him to shoot, but his teacher taught him to focus. With a firm mind, you can accomplish many things efficiently, such as homework, sports, etc. How to reduce karma, Sage Ramana Maharshi. The ancient sages use archery as a metaphor to teach how to reduce karma. There are 3 stages of karma. The first stage is when the arrows in the quiver represent impressions stored from the past. The second stage is when the arrow to be shot from the bow are impressions coming to the forefront of one's life. And the third and final stage is when the arrows already shot are the actions taken with or without conscious choice, whose impact need to be experienced. However, surrendering completely to divine grace with firm faith will liberate one from all sins. The second weapon of the chariot of righteousness is the sword of contentment. Arrows and missiles can kill enemies far away, but for the enemies very close to us, we need a sword. Contentment is a state in which, even when subjected to various longings and temptations in everyday life, one remains unruffled and satisfied. For example, there once was a man who got 7 pots of gold from some spirits in a tree. All pots were filled to the brim except the 7th pot, which disturbed the man very much. He tried to fill it up by selling everything, but it wouldn't fill up and the man was not content. He then realized what he was doing and returned the pots to the spirits. We should always be happy and content with what we have and not get covetous. How to achieve contentment? Desire disturbs the state of contentment and by its very nature, a stage of agitation or stress. Ignorance, which is the absence of dispassion and discrimination, causes desire to be desirable.
Hari Om. My name is Abhinav Sanjay. I will be talking about dispassion and generosity. Dispassion means freedom from both attachment and aversion, the ability to make the mind free from distractions intelligently and with discrimination is dispassion. It is having a clear understanding of priorities in life by giving up lower pursuits and reducing the dependence on something other than the individual self. Example, a child with marbles thinks it is greatest wealth for him. So he starts collecting marbles that he wouldn't share with anyone. As he grows, when he finds better toys than marbles, he develops dispassion towards the marbles. At that point, he is ready to give the marbles to his younger brother because he has found better toys. Dispassion implies the cessation of running after worldly objects or pleasures, meaning dispassion focuses the mind upon individual self because sense organs are extroverted, causing an individual to seek happiness from outside, whereas an individual desiring immortality turns inwards for seeking inner self. Dispassion arises out of an understanding of the nature of things. We have a fascination for wealth, honor, recognition, and power. They are born of a lack of understanding of our own desires and of what life can offer. As our understanding grows, the mind slowly becomes free from that fascination and aversion. Generosity. Generosity means giving, often in the context of donation and charity, without expecting anything in return, or freedom from meanness of mind or character. Giving your time, love, patience, attention, and affection are all aspects of generosity. Sharing a smile with someone on the street or offering a hug to a friend or taking time for a loved one are simple acts to perform, yet they reap huge benefits.
Hari Om. My name is Aditi Priya Swaminathan. I will be talking about devotion, guru, and self-knowledge. I will first start with devotion. Devotion. The expression of devotion is namaskara. As children, we are asked to do namaskara, and most times we do not understand the reason behind this action. But as we continue to do it, this namaskara becomes devotion one day. Devotion is the first step toward knowledge. Guru. Guru comes from two different Sanskrit words, gu, meaning darkness, and ru, meaning light. Guru symbolizes God because he has knowledge of experience. He provides light of knowledge and removes the darkness of ignorance. Self-knowledge. To achieve spiritual realization, the mind has to be purified of its desires, vasanas, and agitations. The fewer the agitations in the mind, the fewer the vasanas. The fewer the vasanas, the quieter the mind. As the mind becomes quiet, it remains in a state of meditation. So how can we achieve self-realization? 1. By purifying the mind through various yogas like Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Raja Yoga. 2. By gaining knowledge through Jnana Yoga by A. Learning teachings from Guru called Shravana, B. Learning until there is no doubt left in the mind called Manana, and C. Understanding these and practicing this through Nididhyasana. Through all of these, one can attain self-realization called moksha. Thank you.
All of us have Rama and Ravana in us. Ravana in us blocks Rama. Ravana can be removed slowly by karma and upasana yoga. But in order to see Rama, one has to develop the proper vision called Eye of Divine Knowledge, which can only be gained via knowledge of Vedanta. Hara Hara Nama Parvati Pataye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Shri Sadgurunatha Maharaj.